Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about RV security. So I'm not talking about alarm systems and cameras, stuff like that. I'm talking about basic security for your RV. This is going to be a two-part video. The second part is going to be on this disaster, this debacle of the industry, the CH751. Yeah, CH751. If you own an RV, you know what I'm talking about. It appears that every manufacturer, I could be wrong, maybe not everyone, but probably most of them, all use the same key for your storage bins. And that's just sorry, pathetic, careless, and there's no excuse for it. It's not even like there's 100 different key codes for RVs. So no, they all use the 751. That means anything of value you have in here, anybody that owns an RV has a key to your bins. Most likely, like I said, I don't know if every manufacturer, but seeing how 90% of the RVs, like this Jayco here, are all made by the Thor industry, there you have it. So that's going to be the second part. I actually had those locks in order, so I'm going to have to film that a little bit later. So lighting, clothing, and that might change, and that will be why. Today, the first part of the video is going to be about replacing this lock on the door. And again, another security issue. I found out by watching a lot of videos when I bought this RV, there's a master key for all of these vehicles. So anybody that used to work for a dealer or currently works at a dealer, mechanics, things like that, probably detailers, all have a key in here. Now I'm not 100% sure if both locks are on that master key. I do believe, I could be wrong. If you know, make a comment down below. But the fact that there is a master key is a little bit disturbing. Now that being said, the one lock here on the RVLOCK is a master key. There is an M on there. I called them up and asked them about it, and they said that they had to do it. Why? I don't know. But the regular door lock on this is a master key. I don't think it's the same master key. Again, I don't know 100%. I don't work at an RV dealer, so I don't know all the specifics, but they said the security is in the second key and the keypad, which is the deadbolt. So the deadbolt is your security on this lock. Now, one of the other reasons, and one of the biggest reasons that I want to upgrade to this is, one, for the availability of the keypad. I've only owned this like a month, had several times I walked out into the backyard to get something out of here or to check on something, and I didn't have the key. Ugh, what a pain. Or if I had this, I could do this. This also comes with a remote, so it's kind of handy. You just hit the remote, you can be in and out, no more fumbling with keys and messing with all that. Now, you know, you're taking your RV, you're going to go out. Like, we have a trip planned for the Keys, and we're going to park and go swimming or something like that, or even, you know, any state park. You want to go swimming, what are you going to do with your keys? You can lock everything inside of here and use the keypad to enter. So I really like this. I actually wasn't even shoot this video. We're about to leave for the Keys, and I want to have this on there before we go, and I just went to throw it in real quick, and I had an issue with fitment. And this is something I haven't seen any other YouTubers talk about, is adjustments and fittings on these kinds of locks. So I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it and show you how to adjust this if you have problems like what I'm having. All you really need to do this job is an Allen wrench, and I'll show you why in a little bit, and basically just a Phillips screwdriver, or if you have a drill, it'll make your life a little bit easier. There's 2 screws here in the front that just need to come out. And then you have 4 screws here, pretty easy. Put your hand on the outside to hold this piece, grab this one, pull it towards you. Now this one, push the back half out so it clears, and then go this way with it, so that way you can clear this. If you don't have like a motorhome, you won't have these pieces here. I think this is part of like safety in case there's somebody in here and you don't have a door fly open in transit. So your lock comes with brand new hardware. You want the 2 shorter screws at first, and then this is going to be opposite. You're going to push it through here first. Make sure you don't pinch the wires. And then we're going to secure this, and now we're going to do is install these first 2 screws to help hold this in place, because the next part is a royal pain. Now I use a screwdriver to snug it, or I use the drill to snug it, but I like just using a screwdriver to make sure I don't over tighten anything. Okay, now the fun part. Now what's different on this is that you have a lock for both the handle and the deadbolt built into this. So what this means is it makes it a real royal pain to get on, because now you have these two, which is why I say go ahead and secure that. Now the instructions might say that, I don't know, I don't read instructions. I'm a guy, typical guy, I don't read instructions, kind of figure it as I go. Although I will read the programming instructions. So we need to plug it in right here. Real simple. And we're going to push this in. Now what I'm going to try to do is line up the screw hole right here, so I know I'm kind of lined up, and then I'm going to turn these things to try to get them to line up. There we go, there's one. There's two, alright. This door handle needs to be flat too when you do this. Have at least one screw handy. So once you get that thing in, you really don't want it popping back out. And then again, I'm going to use a screwdriver for my finishing. Let's try that. Everything works. Alright, let me show you the problem that I have. It's hitting. But I think the problem here, looks like my bottom one isn't out far enough. There we go. There we have it. Okay, so any other final adjustments could be made right here on the actual striker plate itself. I'm just going to budge it just a little bit loose, because I want the door to actually move it. Oh wow, no. Actually, when I turn the screw, oh no, okay, there we go. So now that it's kind of loose but tight, when I close this thing, it should align it right to where it wants it to be. Now we can tighten it. Oh yeah, look at that. Like butter. Oh yeah. Look at that. Alright, now default code is 1, 2, 3, 4. Lock. Unlock. Okay, didn't know. I guess you gotta make sure it's pushed in. There we go. Yeah, what happened is when I pulled it like that, and it put pressure on the deadbolt. So yeah, alright. I'm not sure if the remote has to be programmed. Let's see. Yeah, obviously so. So I don't think programming is very hard at all. Alright, so hit 8, then the lock button. Hit your 1, 2, 3, 4, then hit lock. And then you're going to hear that long beep, and then you hit your code, hit lock, and then hit it again, hit lock, and then you hear the beeps, and now it's programmed. So now we're going to go into programming the remote. Turn switch to on at the back of your handle. It is. Then press and release the fob learn button located on the on-off switch. Turn switch to on at the back of your handle, which is right there. It's on. Press and release the fob learn button located next to the on-off switch, which is right here. Press and release the lock button. Finally, press release the unlock button. Alright, there it goes. Well, that was easy. So that's part one of making the RV secure. This is going to be so nice just to hit a button and lock and unlock, and like I said, if I need to, I can use the keypad. So there we have it. Nice. Alright, when my locks come in, we'll continue on part two. Alright everyone, part two. So I just got back from a camping trip, came home, and boom, there we go. All my brand new locks showed up. I'm excited to show you this. Instead of a key that goes into a hole, these locks use a magnetic key, and that's what the lock looks like. Therefore, there's no dirt or anything that can get in here. There's no maintenance required. The key just goes in here and it turns. That's it. The beauty of it is, if you look, there's like 4 keyways, so you can mount this any way that you need to. So if you need the lock to go either way, it can. So really, really nice. The key only goes in one way. There's a notch right there that has to line up with the little notch right here, but other than that, you're kind of free to mount this any way, shape, or form that you want. And I tell you what, this camping trip that we were on, we drove in the rain almost the whole way there, and as soon as we got to the park, I needed to plug in to shore power, and I was having a hard time getting my key into the lock because it was so full of dirt and water. It was just jammed up. I had to take some paper towels and kind of dry it and get in there and kind of hold the thing open. And I was telling myself I cannot wait to get something like this that doesn't have that issue. And I can picture some of you that maybe camp through the winter and you're driving through snow and stuff like that. This thing is going to probably really work really well for that type of situation. But not very hard at all to install, but we'll go ahead and we'll walk through it anyhow. Here in the kit, I give you rubber O-rings. You have your nuts to hold it in, and then they give you the locks with the cam on there. And I'm not sure if I paid for an extra key or not. I don't remember. I think it was an option. I don't remember. I think I honestly can't remember. But I'll leave a link down below to the locks. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I was reviewing some locks, and I really like the idea of this being keyless, because honestly, even the ones that have the round locks, they're not that pick-proof. When I moved to this house, I lost the key to my toolbox, and I was actually able to pick my toolbox open with a big pen, put it in there and wiggle it around, and I was able to snap it in there, but still more secure than this. And this is going to be really good because our next camping trip is at like a privately owned campground, something that the wife wanted to do, and I feel kind of like less safe there than I do, say, a state or federal park. So I'll be really glad to know that my stuff's protected with this unique key system. Alright, here we go. First step would be to remove the old cam assembly. You can either use a Phillips or a regular, at least the ones that are on mine. Now you can use a pair of pliers or a adjustable wrench or a 7/8 socket if you have one. Either way, it doesn't matter. And there you have it. The lock is out. Now if you have one of these, reuse it. Now the locks they give you already have the cam assembly on it, so we just need to take that off. Let's get all these old parts out of the way. Although I do want to kind of reuse some of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I put the pointy piece for the key facing the top of my lock. Oh, This would help. First I need to put the factory O-ring. I need to put my hook on here. And then I'm going to reuse the factory gasket. It doesn't hurt. Be safe. I'm also going to reuse that factory plastic that's right there. Put on my new lock, new nut. What I'm going to do is just make this snug by hand, and then I'll probably give it about a quarter of a turn with the ratchet. Maybe about one turn. That feels pretty good about right there. Don't forget, you don't want to go too much. This is only whatever fiberglass or whatever they make this out of, so you don't want to crush it. And now we'll just go ahead and put in our cam assembly. When you go to order these, they give you a very convenient measuring guide that'll you take your lock and you hold it up to it, even the cam, everything, and it gives you the measurements pretty easily. Look at that. Oh, isn't that sweet looking? Somebody's going to come up and look at that and figure that you don't even have a lock. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Like I said, I can turn it this way too. I can go either way. Not a problem. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. And see what it is there's 4 notches here that these keys lock into. So you can actually just turn it a little bit, and as long as it stays engaged in that track that goes around, and you don't go to that next little notch, you can leave the key in there. Look at that. 1 down, 10 more to go. Now these locks do cost a little bit, not bad in the realm of each lock. I believe they're about 22, maybe up to 25 a piece. I can't remember exactly. But so if money is an object for you and you really only want to protect the really important things, you can buy just a few locks and put these locks on where you keep your most valuable stuff, to say, and just use your regular locks for unimportant things, or maybe bins that are empty that you don't keep anything in. I plan to go full-time in the future, not doing it now. Right now we're sampling, we're going out doing short runs. We need to get some other things straightened, but when we go full-time, we're going to be leaving the vehicle, or we're going to have the vehicle all over the place, and I just want to know that everything's secure, so I'm just going to go ahead and get everything done now. I feel a lot better and safer about this. I said, even if you don't use these magnetic key locks, I really just behooves you to just change out the locks to something, anything other than what the factory gives you. If it's that the infamous here CH751 key, knowing that everybody's got a key to your rig is not a good feeling at all. I mean, granted, I feel pretty safe in campgrounds, but you never know. So also, one quick update. We did the camping trip now that I have the RV lock installed, and this last trip was absolutely great. We went bike riding. We even went to the little swimming place one time, and we just locked the keys inside of here. We just used the keypad. The vehicle was secure. We didn't have to have any keys on us whatsoever. We didn't have to worry about losing a key while we were bike riding. We didn't have to worry about leaving the key somewhere when we went swimming. Nothing. The lock worked fantastic. It did exactly what it wanted to do. Just give us keyless entry in and out, whether it be the remote or taking a second to type in the code. It was great. The wife didn't have to come to me and be like, hey, do you have the key? Or, you know, something like that, or make sure the thing is locked. She was able to type in the code, so that was fantastic. So that worked really well, and like I said, that's more secure than the other locks that have master keys and this. So this is my way of securing the vehicle. Hopefully you found this informative. Hopefully you go ahead and do something to make your vehicle more secure. If you got anything of value out of this, if you found it entertaining at all, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment down below as to maybe modifications you did to your RV, your locks, the locks that you used. Just chime in, let me know, leave a thumbs up, like, shares, comments. Let's go ahead and grow this channel. We're gonna be doing a lot more RV and travel stuff, a lot more. I got some how-to videos coming up for all kinds of things with this video, so please go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free of charge, no obligation involved, and there's almost nothing free anymore. So help this veteran out, help me grow the channel. Definitely appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.